So this is my third time recording this video, and the reasons being that I wasn't either satisfied with the last two videos that I made on the subject, or whatever the reason may be. So today I wanted to talk about the two videos that I made about my passion for gaming and why I quote unquote why I lost it or how I lost it. It's not for the reasons that you think, and it's not for the reasons that, people think. Even though I mentioned in my first time trying to explain this, I said I lost my passion for gaming. It wasn't actually the case. I have always been an avid gamer since I was really young. And never once in my life have I ever lost my passion or whatever the case may be. um and to be perfectly clear, I and blunt, I'm still not lost my passion for gaming. um and I think that when I look at it as a whole, it's not so much the passion is gone, it's the fact that I'm kind of in a content slump. And I think, in my opinion, I feel a lot of people deal with this when they do YouTube eventually, where they feel like they don't know what to do, or they feel like they've run out of ideas. And that's where I'm at right now. And without to kind of combine the two videos, right? Yes, passion has a lot to do with it, but it's not for losing the passion. It's actually the passion is still there. I just needed to reignite it. And that um the fact that I when I did when I wanted to do YouTube, I was still in high school, right? I mentioned Markiplier in my first, or at least I think I mentioned Markiplier in my first video. Anyways, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, all those guys, right? All the guys that are way out of my league and, shouldn't even be in my breath. But I still admire them and think they are a great inspiration for guys like me. Um, and I guarantee you they kind of deal with it. I guarantee you we're all human in the end. And when they were doing YouTube, I was probably still in high school. I was still in high school when PewDiePie was doing YouTube. I was still in high school. um and going through school and getting an education. And yes, I had a YouTube account, but it was mostly just for watching videos, although there was in the back of my mind that I wanted to do YouTube. And fast forward a few years later in 2022 or 2020, depending on the year that you know that you started following me. um it was I ended up basically starting this YouTube channel with the express intent of growing a community and not doing it for views or subscribers or anything like that. As a matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. I've never done it for subscribers or views or whatever. I can only ask, hey, give this video a like or thumbs up or whatever, right? I can only ask. I'm not saying you should. I can only ask. I'm not going to be pretending that, because I know people don't like the video all the time. I know that people don't subscribe all the time. They view the video, sure, but they don't subscribe all the time. And I've accepted this because not everybody subscribes to every single YouTube on the platform. With that in mind, I've it started out great. I started doing things that I was very passionate about, and it was very, you know, but then it kind of became a chore. It wasn't so much a chore. I don't like the word chore. I felt like I was obligated to do something rather than something that I wanted to do. I felt like I was having to do stuff, and people had kind of a certain expectation for me, um, rather than something that I want to do, right? But this is, again, I could be totally wrong on this, and I could be blowing smoke out my own ass. So in 2024, I kind of took more breaks than usual, and was like, not as consistent as I was in 2023, not as consistent as I was in 2022. Um, and I kind of started to run out of ideas to do, right? I felt like I was locked in a certain game, even though I love Skyrim to death. I think it's still my all-time favorite game. I was struggling to find other games to play. But again, I didn't have money. I didn't have money to pay for games that I wanted so much. Like, say, I know Baldur's Gate 3. I still don't own Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 came out 2 years ago, I want to say. And I have yet to play it. Space Marine 2, another game that I haven't bought. And yet I've heard a lot of great things about Space Marine 2. And I haven't even played the first one, you know. But then there are games like Overlord and Destroy All Humans, which is I think a game about an alien that that pretty much invades Earth, and it's actually a pretty funny game. I remember playing it on the PS2 a long time ago. Um, but these are like games that I've either remember playing or either have never played. Overlord, I think, is one of those games that I've never played. Um, I remember there were so many games out there, but I was very narrow-minded on the games that I loved, um, just because I wasn't willing to. I don't want to say I was willing. I want to say that it was about basically saying, and English escapes me on the moment. Holy crap! Because I didn't have a disposable income at the time. My parents were the ones buying most of the games that I owned. So obviously I couldn't ask for all the games that came out, right? So I was very limited in the amount of games that I was able to play. So that's why when my dad bought me an Xbox 360, I was very grateful and everything. Um and Skyrim became my go-to game, right? Sure, there was Call of Duty Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, but in any case, um, in any case, I guess the point that I'm trying to make here is that I have not lost the passion for games. I have never lost the passion for games. It's just that I was trying to find a way to get out of the content slump that I think I put myself into. And so I think a lot of people feel this way, and I'm not saying that no one else is passionate. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying for me personally, I can only speak for myself, right? I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for everybody else. I've never spoken for everybody else. As a matter of fact, I've never spoken for everybody else, period. Um, so hopefully you guys understand that now, and hopefully you guys are very much aware that the con and to kind of close things off, this is why I will be making more long form videos. Sorry if I didn't mention that before, but here it is. This is why I will be making more long form videos, hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, etc., where and obviously they're still going to be unedited, obviously, but these are the videos and everything that I will be making moving forward, because I knew, or I found out that the days of old style YouTube, and this is another thing why it became so much of a chore. Every single 45-minute, 50-minute, 30-minute video that I made became more of a chore, and that was old YouTube, right? That was old style YouTube Let's Plays, where you had multitude of parts for a Let's Play, right? That was old. That was old YouTube. The new YouTube is either you make a video that's either between 10 and 20 minutes long or even shorter than that, or you make a video that's 1 hour to 2 hours long. Um, and anything in between is pretty much gonna leave you in the dust. Um, but at least that's what my analytics have shown, and I'm starting to listen to my analytics more. And again, don't get me wrong, not doing this for views. Matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. I'm just doing it because I love it. And that's why I started YouTube. That's why I started this channel, is to do it because I love it. you know um so, but in any case, in any degree, I will be doing more long form content um in the future, where I will be doing more 1 hour, 2 hour long form videos, where where well, I think you get the idea. I'll be doing more longer form videos, and I'm not trying to be the squeaky wheel. I'm not trying to repeat myself, but I just wanted to make sure you guys understand what I will be doing moving forward, and what I will be doing um for the foreseeable future. Um so, but in any case, guys, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will catch you all in the next one. Fantastic day, guys. Bye bye.